Okay, so let's move further with Miranda's speech. So Prospero was telling her how they landed upon that island, what all went wrong with them, what all they faced, what all problems and misfortunes they faced to come safely to the island. Your tail, sir, would cure deafness. So Miranda says that your tail is powerful enough to cure deafness. There is so much pain, there is so much sorrow in your tail. It is such a moving, such a touching tale that it can even cure the deafness of a person. To have no screen between this part he played and him he played it for. So what happened? Because he was continuously obsessed. Who? Antonio. Prospero is talking about Antonio. That no screen means there was no difference. After some time, what happened? There was no difference between the part he played. Which part he was playing? He was playing the part of a duke. He was playing the role of a duke. He was not the actual duke. And him he played for. So after some time, that difference, that screen was removed in his mind. He forgot this fact entirely that he is actually just an acting duke. He's not the real duke. So that difference, the screen here means that difference between the real duke and the acting duke, substituting duke, that was removed in his mind. Whose mind? Antonio's mind. He played it for. He needs will be absolute Milan. So now what happened to him? He became very ambitious. And now what he started desiring? He wanted absolute Milan. He wanted complete, absolute authority over Milan. Right? That is, he wanted himself to be the Duke of Milan. He didn't want to. Now he was not satisfied with this job of playing the role of a Duke. He was not very happy with being an acting Duke of Milan. Now he started desiring of becoming the real Duke himself. Me, poor man, my library was dukedom large enough. And what was my situation? I was very happy in my library, right? My library was my dukedom large enough. So I was so engrossed and absorbed in my library that I considered my books and my library to be the entire dukedom for me. I was completely unaware of what was going on in my state, what was going on in Antonio's head, what was he planning to do. I was completely unaware of all these things and very much absorbed and engrossed in my library and in my books. And I started thinking my library to be my dukedom of temporal royalty. No, he thinks me now incapable. And so what happened? Temporal royalties means that worldly kingdom. No, he thinks me now incapable. So what happened? After some time, Antonio started thinking that because I was busy studying, I was busy with my studies. I didn't pay any heed to my kingdom or to the affairs of my state. So what happened? After some time, Antonio started thinking me to be an incapable duke, right? Now he thinks me now incapable, means he started thinking me to be incapable of temporal royalties. Temporal royalties means worldly. Royalties means kingdom. Temporal means worldly, something which belongs to the earth, right? Will belongs to the world, to the earth. So that is temporal. So after some time, Antonio started thinking me to be an incapable ruler. Means I am not capable of taking care of these worldly kingdoms. I am only good at reading and studying. This is what Antonio started believing, that I am an incapable duke. I cannot take care of my dukedom. Confederates, so dry, he was persuaded with the king of Naples to give him annual tribute, do him homage, subject his coronet to his crown, and bend the dukedom yet and bowed. Alas, poor Milan, to most ignoble stooping. So Then he says, what did you do? Now, because Antonio started believing that I am not a capable duke, I am not capable of taking care of my dukedom. So what did he do? He allied, means he conspired. He made a plan with the king of Naples. So dry he was for sway. For sway means for power. So dry here means thirst. He had so much thirst. Actually, thirst, it's not the literal meaning. Means your desire for water. Here it means the desire for kingdom. He became so thirsty, so dry for being the duke. Means he became so desirous and so ambitious of becoming the Duke of Milan that he was for sway. For sway means for power. He wanted power so badly now. Right? He became very desirous of power, and so what did he do? He allied. Confederate means allied, right? Or conspire with. So he conspired along with the king of Naples, right? Means he and the king of Naples together entered into an agreement. And what was the agreement? To give him annual tribute. That if the king of Naples agrees to help him, if the king of Naples agrees to help Antonio in overthrowing Prospero, in overthrowing his own brother out of the kingdom, then what will he do? He will give king of Naples an annual tribute. Annual tribute means that he will, annual means yearly. So yearly, every year he will give a certain amount to the king of Naples, right? For the help which he will provide him to remove Prospero from the chair of from the throne, that is from being the Duke of Milan, from for banishing Prospero from the kingdom. So this was an agreement. See, this is important. You need to make a note of it. You mark this as important. To give him annual tribute. So these are the keywords. So he will give an annual revenue, that is a certain amount was fixed between the king of Naples and Antonio, that every year Antonio will give this much as annual tribute to the king of Naples for the help which he will provide in removing Prospero. Do him homage. This was not the only thing. Besides annual tribute, something else was there. Means do him homage, subject his coronet to his crown. Coronet means a small crown, right? So what else was decided? That he will bring this state of Milan under Naples, right? Means it will be subjugated. It will recognize the power of Naples over him, right? So this was also decided. Means it will acknowledge the power of Naples over Milan, right? That means it will subjugate the state of Milan to the state of Naples, right? So this was also decided. Coronate to his crown means to acknowledge someone as a lord. So Milan will acknowledge Naples to be its superior and bend the dukedom yet and now. So this is what Antonio did. So in this way, in entering into such a treaty, by entering into such a contract with the king of Naples, what did Antonio do? Just to quench his thirst for power, just to satisfy his thirst for power, what did he do? He bent the dukedom yet and now. So till now, the dukedom, which was independent, which was not under anyone's control, he brought such a kingdom of Milan, which has always been independent, which has always been great under the leadership of Prospero. That dukedom was brought under Naples in this, right? That Milan, that estate of Milan, now had to surrender in front of Naples. Now occupied a subordinate position in front of Naples. Now that estate of Milan became subordinate to Naples. Clear? Because Antonio did this, right? Antonio entered into this kind of an agreement with the king of Naples. Alas, poor Milan, to most ignoble stooping. So this ignoble stooping means such a humiliation, such an insult. This is how Antonio brought such humiliating. Antonio. This is how Antonio brought Milan to such a humiliating position. It is because of Antonio that Milan had to face such disgrace, such insult, such humiliation. You yourself can imagine a state which has always been independent, a state which was not which was not a subordinate of any other state. It was free, which was great. Just to satisfy your personal selfish needs, you make your state subordinate to somebody else. You enter into such kind of agreement with somebody else. So that is what Prospero is saying, that just to fulfill his selfish interest, just to satisfy his personal desire of power, he wanted to be very powerful. So just to do that, he wanted to have complete control over Milan. And just for this sake, he brought the entire estate of Milan under Naples. And not only this, he also agreed to pay an annual tribute. Means every year he will have to pay a certain sum of money to Naples. So these are the two things which Antonio agreed to do for the king of Naples. So these were the two terms of the agreement which you need to remember. So it was such a dishonorable stooping. Stooping means bending. So it was really a very dishonorable bending for Milan. It was very humiliating for Milan uh, to come under the some foreign power. Right? Naples was a foreign estate. So you are giving the reins of your state, you are giving the reins of your dukedom to some foreign ruler. This is what Antonio did. You are handing over the control of your state to some foreign ruler. So this is what Antonio did. Miranda. Oh, the heavens. So now Miranda is like shocked. She says, oh my God, what did he do? What did my uncle do? It was really very shameful thing to do. Prospero, mark his condition and the event. Then tell me if this might be a brother. So Prospero says, pay attention. Means listen carefully to the condition. So the condition means to the terms of the agreement which were decided upon by the king of Naples and Antonio. And the event and the result of it. What was the result of those terms and conditions which were the terms of agreement which were decided by these two, that is the king of Naples and Antonio. And then you yourself tell me, Miranda, whether whatever he did was something suitable for a brother, was something which was appropriate for a brother to do. Does a brother behave in such a manner, the way my brother behaved? You decide for yourself. You first listen carefully. I will tell you the terms of their agreement, and then you decide for yourself whether what my brother did to me is something which is or which should be done by any brother. So now Prospero starts telling Miranda the conditions, that is the terms of the agreement which was entered by Antonio with the king of Naples. Now the condition. Sorry, I missed one line. I should sin to think but nobly of my grandmother. Good wombs have borne bad sons. So Miranda says that I should sin. I know it is a sin. It would not be a good thing if I think otherwise. If I doubt the virtue of my grandmother, right? If I doubt the greatness and the goodness of my grandmother, that is, if I doubt the character of my grandmother, that would definitely not be a good thing. And trust me, good wombs have borne bad sons. It happens at times that good mothers give birth to bad sons. I am not doubting the virtue or the goodness or the greatness of my grandmother. Why? Because this will be a sin. So I must say that at times good mothers, my grandmother must be a good mother, but unfortunately she gave birth to a bad son. Prospero, now the condition. So now Prospero says that listen to the conditions and the terms of the agreement. The king of Naples being an enemy to me in betrayal. So now he tells Miranda that the king of Naples was my enemy. To me, inveterate means determined enemy, means sworn enemy. They were at daggers drawn, right? They were sworn enemies of each other. So that is why Antonio took the help of king of Naples, right? So the king of Naples being an enemy to me inveterate means sworn enemy, Hakins my brother. So that is why. Now because as it is, king of Naples was my enemy, so he heard very attentively, right? He responded in a positive manner to my brother's suit. Means here suit means proposal. To whatever proposal was made by my brother to the king of Naples, he responded very positively to it, right? He gave heed to it. He heard he heard it with full attention, right? He became interested in it. Why? Because he was my enemy. So, and if I am given an opportunity to harm my enemy, why will I reject it, right? So that is why he took a lot of interest in that proposal, which was that he, in lieu of the premises of homage, and I know not how much to do. So now he is telling the condition that. So the proposal was, Hearkens my brother suit. Brother suit my means proposal. So the king of Naples heard my brother's proposal very attentively and responded very positively to it, which was, then he tells, which was means proposal was that he in lieu of the premises. So what was the proposal? In lieu means in return, in exchange of. So in exchange of the conditions of homage. Conditions of homage means terms of submission, right? I told you that what was Antonio supposed to do? That Milan will submit to Naples, right? Will become subordinate to Naples. So what were the terms of submission? And I know not how much tribute. So Prospero was unaware of the exact amount of the tribute which was supposed to be paid to Naples. See, annual tribute is paid by a subordinate state to the state which is in a dominating position, right? Under which you are subjugated to. So because Naples was a superior state, now Naples became superior to Milan. So that is why Milan will give an annual tribute. So this was the term of submission, right? So Prospero says that he is unaware of the amount. He doesn't know exactly what amount was decided by both these people in the agreement, but he's sure that there was some annual tribute. I know not how much tribute. So he says that I don't know exactly how much tribute they decided upon should presently extirpate. So for what? For should presently. So he doesn't know what tribute was decided upon. To presently means at once. Extirpate means destroy me and mine. Me and mine means to destroy completely me and my family. Means he says that he doesn't know what amount was decided upon by both of them to destroy me and everything which belonged to me. That is my family. So they entered into some agreement, and Antonio decided to pay some tribute to destroy Prospero at once. Presently means at once. Me and my, mine means me and my family. Right. So this was the condition. Out of dukedom. So out of the Prospero was to be thrown out of the dukedom and destroyed along with his family. And you know that there was only one person in Prospero's family now, immediate family, and that was Miranda. So the agreement was to destroy Prospero as well as Miranda and confer fair Milan. And what else was to be done? First thing was to remove Prospero and Miranda from Milan, and then confer. Confer means to bestow, means to give. So, and to give fair Milan to with all the honors on my brother. And then the next thing to be done was to make Antonio the Duke of Milan. Means to give Milan to Antonio with all the honors. With all the honors means here means that to make Antonio the Duke. To make Antonio occupy the most honorable position of Milan, and that is of a Duke upon my brother. Whereof a treacherous army levied. And to fulfill this mission, to accomplish this plan, this task which was decided by both of them, a treacherous army levied. So a treacherous army was raised. A disloyal, treacherous means somebody who is not loyal. A disloyal or army was brought together. A disloyal army was constituted. One midnight fated to the purpose did Antonio open the gates of Milan. And so one midnight was decided at the time of midnight. First they formed an army, right? An army of all the disloyal people, all the people who are not loyal to Prospero, right? An army was formed of these soldiers. And then one midnight fated. Fated means destined to the purpose. Means destined to accomplish the purpose. Decided to accomplish the purpose. What was the purpose? Of throwing Prospero and Miranda out of Milan. So to accomplish this purpose, did Antonio open the gates of Milan. So what did Antonio do? At midnight, at the time of midnight, when the entire estate was asleep, when all the people in the dukedom were fast asleep, at that time, Antonio opened the gates of Milan. And in the dead of darkness, in the dead of darkness, in the deep darkness, in the depth of darkness, what happened? The ministers for the purpose hurried thence me and thy crying self. So what did do? What did they do? They hurried. They quickly carried me, that is Prospero, and thy crying self. Thy crying self means weeping Miranda, right? They carried you who were crying and weeping terribly in that hour of the night, in the depth of darkness, and they carried me. Means both Prospero and Miranda were taken out of the city of Milan. Ministers here mean ministers for the purpose means the servants, that is the soldiers who were assigned the task, who were assigned to accomplish that task or that purpose, who were assigned to fulfill that purpose. What did they do? They took both of us away from Milan. Miranda, alack for pity, I not remembering how I cried them. So Miranda says, alas, how pitiful is your story. How depressing is your story. How touching is your story. I not remembering how I cried then. I do not remember how I must have cried at that time, right? When I was being thrown out of my house, out of my uh, city. I don't remember how I must have cried at that hour. Will cry it over again. But I can say that I really have a very strong urge to cry now. I want to cry at this time once again. I don't remember how I cried at that time when I was just a child of 3 years old. But I, after listening to what you are telling me now, after listening to your story, I am so moved, I am so touched that I have a strong urge to cry. It is a hint that brings mine eyes to it. So, because your story has touched me so greatly that my eyes want to cry. There are tears which want to come out of my eyes. The story is bringing tears to my eyes. What does this show? That Miranda is a very emotional and sensitive girl. So that brings my eyes to it. Brings my eyes to it means that I again have a very strong urge to cry. Prospero, hear a little further, and then I'll bring thee to the present business. So Prospero says, please listen to me a little more. Means I have something more to tell you. There is a little more left to tell you. And then I will bring you to the present business. I'll bring you to the present business means I will tell you how this story which I'm telling you is related to the present matter. Means whatever is happening at the present moment. What is the relation of this story to the present events which are taking place, right? So how are we supposed to deal the present matter in taking this story which I am telling you into consideration. Keeping this story in mind, I will tell you the relation of this story to the events which have. See what happened in the beginning of scene 2. What happened? Miranda was very puzzled, right? She was very depressed because she saw a storm and she saw a shipwreck, right? Right, and then she saw that all the people who were on board the ship, they were drowned. So she was very much sad and very much depressed on seeing all these things. So that is why Prospero decided to tell her the entire thing, because he wanted to tell her, he wanted Miranda to know the relation between the shipwreck and their past, right? So that is what Prospero says. He listen a little further. I'll tell you something more about the story, and then I'll bring the means I will bring you to the matter which is to be dealt now. Means then the relation between this story and the present events will be cleared, which now is upon. Means whatever is taking place now, without the which this story were most impertinent. Impertinent means irrelevant, right? So unless I tell you the connection between the story and the present events which are taking place and the present scenario or the present state of affairs, this story will be completely irrelevant, completely useless. So for that, to know that connection between the story and our present situation, you will have to listen to my story a little further. Miranda, wherefore did they not that are destroyers? So now Miranda wants to know that now as it is they had conspired against them. They wanted to remove Prospero and Miranda from the kingdom. So the question which Miranda asked was, then why didn't they kill us? Instead of throwing us out of the kingdom, why didn't they kill us? It was very easy for them to kill us in the darkness of the night. So now listen to the answer which is given by Prospero. The reason why they were not killed. Well demanded wench. Wench means a young girl. Well demanded means it's a very good question asked by you, Miranda. Miranda, my dear Miranda, you asked a very good question. Means my story demanded this question. Right? My story provoked this question. So your question is very appropriate. My tale provokes that question. My tale provokes that question means my tale invites that question. Right? My tale incites that question. Means whatever question you ask, that why didn't they destroy us? Why didn't they kill us? So this question is very appropriate and very relevant to the story which I have told you. Dear, they durst not. Now he answers Miranda's question that why didn't Antonio and the king of Naples kill Prospero and Miranda? Says, dear, they durst not. So they didn't dare to do that. Who are they? Antonio and the other people who wanted to remove Prospero. So they durst not. They durst means they didn't dare do that. Why? So dear the love of my people bore me, nor set a mark so bloody on the business. So what was the reason that they didn't kill Prospero and Miranda? They didn't kill Prospero and Miranda because the people of Milan, they loved Prospero dearly. And what would have happened? The people would have not accepted Antonio as their duke. Right? They would have revolted. If they would have come to know of this particular fact that Prospero was murdered by Antonio, then they would have not accepted him as their duke. There would have been a mutiny and they would have killed, a revolt. So that is why, because the love which the people had for Prospero forced them not to make their act appear bloody. Right? Though they wanted to kill Prospero and Miranda, but still they cannot murder them directly. They could not murder them directly. Why? Because they never wanted their act to appear bloody. Their plan to appear bloody. They never wanted that the people of their state should know that they are the murderers and they are the ones who are responsible for killing Prospero and Miranda. But with colors fairer painted their forehead. So what did they do? So they gave their wicked designs, their evil designs, their evil plans, some realistic appearance. They wanted our death to appear as something very natural. They wanted the people to believe that Antonio was not involved in any manner in the death of Prospero and Miranda. They died naturally. That is what is the meaning of with colors fairer painted their foul ends. So though their plans were foul, though their designs were wicked, their intentions were evil, so they painted their evil intentions with attractive appearance. That is by giving it a realistic appearance. Right? Their murderous plan, their plan of murder was given a very realistic picture. That is why they didn't just kill them. In few, they hurried us aboard a bark. Bark means boat. So in few means to be short, to be precise, to be brief, right? In short, I will tell you that they hurried us. They quickly took us in a boat, bore us some leagues to sea. Then what did they do? They carried us Some leagues means some distance in the middle of the sea. Means from the shore, they carried us in a boat, took us to some distance in the sea, and where they prepared a rotten carcass of one. And what was there? When they reached a certain distance in the sea, there was a rotten carcass of a bird. These are the keywords. Please mark them. This whole thing is to be learned by you. You will have to mug up this whole thing. Bore some leagues to the sea, where they prepared a rotten carcass of a bird. Rotten carcass means a dead body. So a boat was prepared. Pat means a boat. A boat which was devoid of all the essential equipment. A rotten boat means just the main structure was left without any equipment. So it was a rotten boat was there, waiting for them in the sea, where they prepared a rotten carcass of a bird, not rigged. So not rigged means without any kind of equipment, without any kind of furnishing, right? A sailing boat needs certain things. The sails, ropes, mast, and all these things need to be there. So all the boat was devoid of all these things. Not rigged, not tackle. Tackle means ropes. So the ropes were missing, the sails were missing, and the mast was missing. So, and all the essential equipment. Not rigged means all the essential equipments which are required for a boat to sail in the sea, those were missing. The boat was devoid of all these things, right? And then what did they do? The very rats instinctively have quit it. So instinctively means, what do you mean by instinct? Instinct means the way the people or the animals behave, right? Naturally, the innate behavior of a living being, right? Something which is not learned, which comes from inside, right? So that is instinctively. So the boat in which they were launched, the boat in which Prospero and Miranda were thrown. That boat was in such a bad condition that even the rats have left that boat, right? The rats have listened to their instincts, have obeyed their instincts, and have left that boat, right? It was in such a bad condition. There they hoist us. There they hoist us means there they launched us. Means Prospero and Miranda, after being carried to a certain distance in the sea in a proper boat, then they were thrown in that other boat, which was in a very bad, dilapidated condition, in a very poor condition. There they hoist us, means launched us to cry to the sea that rode us. So we were left by them to cry to the sea, which was roaring back at us. So it means that night was also a stormy night. There was a tempest in that night also. Right? So there we were left by those people, by those servants, by those ministers, right, who were part of the conspiracy of Antonio to cry to the sea that rode to us. That rode to us was the sea which was roaring back at us, and we were crying. We were appealing. We were begging in front of that sea to save us, not to engulf us, not to kill us, not to swallow us. So that sea which was roaring at us, to sigh to the winds whose pity sighing back again. So, and what were we doing? We were sighing to the winds. And the wind was also feeling pity on us, sighing back again. So the wind was here, the sighing means the sound, the sound of the wind. Means when the wind blows very fast, a certain sound is made. So that is the meaning of sighing here. So we were sighing and they were sighing. Sighing, you know, this is sighing, right? To take a long deep breath, that is sighing. So we were sighing to the winds, and the wind was sighing back to us. Right? Means that the wind was also feeling pity on us. But did us but loving wrong. So did us but loving wrong. Loving wrong means that though the wind was feeling sympathy upon us, though the wind was feeling pity upon us, but it wronged us at also. But it was trying to harm us also. Means in spite of feeling pity, in spite of feeling sympathy for us, it was trying to wrong us. It was trying to harm us. So that is the meaning of loving wrong. Right? Although they were sympathetic towards us, but still they were trying to wrong us, trying to harm, cause us injury. I think we should stop here and we'll move ahead tomorrow.